I'm Heather Haley, coming to you live from the GBTA broadcast studio here in San Diego, and I'm really excited today to have with me Jay Richmond from Amadeus. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Heather. Always a pleasure.
So let's talk about a topic that's always hot on everyone's mind in our industry. What are the things that are reshaping the business traveler experience?
I think you have to start with personalization and customization. Although it's easy to think, oh, last year you could have said that. I think what's changed is that the level of detail and granularity that is available through technology and through the data is so fine that it's becoming more and more something of value, and that value on the leisure side is then driving more expectations on the corporate side. I think you also are seeing some demand from content fragmentation. So the force of the fragmentation and the content from suppliers being in different channels with different product and different packaging is driving a lot of behavior to the experience. And then lastly, I would say those are both driving the pace of evolution. And so as Amadeus, we kind of recognized some time ago that what used to be a year of change would happen in a week. And so we really divested ourselves of the old mainframe systems so that we could move more quickly and respond more quickly and be a leader in evolution rather than trying to chase behind it.
Interesting. So we talked a lot about opportunity, a lot about change. What are some of those technologies that are really driving that change and that should be on our radar?
So I would say first and foremost is how all that content is brought back together in a way that is still delivering the managed travel promise. At Amadeus, we've launched something called Live Travel Space, which looks to re-aggregate all this content, still providing all the servicing and fulfillment features in a way that is efficient for the corporation and for the TMC. I think also looking at technologies like beaconing, they're really making a change in how travelers interact with their environment. So as a corporation or as a TMC, you can now leverage the mobile app and have informational messaging, advertising, et cetera, that is triggered by beacons at different physical points at an airport or in a city to inform the traveler. And then lastly, I would say facial recognition. And I know it's a little scary, a little bit maybe a GDPR question. However, we just launched a test a month or two ago where we boarded an entire plane purely based on facial recognition. And so no boarding passes were involved. What's nice about that is it's not just documentation validation, but it's also personal identity validation. It's part of the boarding process.
Interesting. That stuff is, I always find so fascinating. So you talked a lot about technology, talked about change. What are the other opportunities as we look to manage travel programs?
So I think for a managed travel program, it's continuing to look beyond the traditional segments that are managed, whether it's air, car, hotel, or rail. It's to say, what are the other things that my travelers need or use on the trip, and how do I work them into a managed program, both in terms of making them available, but also measuring them and optimizing my spend against them. The other thing that I would look at is data. And recognizing that although a lot of data has been analyzed around spend management, there are opportunities to better link the travel data to other elements of ERP, whether it's HR, whether it's facilities, whether it's IT systems, and potentially in the next year, we may see players go back into taking inventory risk positions based on the strength and consistency of their data. And that would lead to better savings, and for the TMCs, a little more revenue opportunity.
Terrific. Jay, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us today, live from the GBTA broadcast studio here in San Diego. I'm Heather Haley. Please stay tuned.